You are listening to WTUZ Radio Podcast. Welcome to WTUZ Radio Podcast. I am your host, Rhonda. Okay, family, I did not expect to be giving another update so close on our series, Gateway to a New Economy. I did an update yesterday where we were talking about the moves that were made this Sunday via the Federal Reserve and team to buy up Credit Suisse. UBS will be buying them, pennies on the dollar. And I went into the explanation that that's pretty serious business when they make decisions like that on a weekend. It reminded me of the 2008 financial crash when the exact same thing happened. And they came out of that Sunday night meeting, and the next Monday morning, Lehman Brothers had fallen, and Washington Mutual, which they called WAMU back in the day, and Countrywide Financial got bought. I forget who WAMU went to. I want to say JP Morgan Chase. Countrywide Financial went to Wells Fargo. All right. So I was pointing out what made me do that immediate update about that decisioning that happened on that Sunday. I pointed out that it was on the eve of the spring equinox, which the spring equinox is really the true new year. And I wanted to just tie together for the family how, the powers that be, quote, quote, use what we're calling astrology to make decisions. Okay. So it wasn't, it seemed a plan to me is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm minding my business, And then a Forbes article comes across my feed. And this was yesterday. And I don't know why it came across my feed today. That's it. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. All right, so this is Forbes digital asset section. Okay, so again, when we talked about what all of this really means with the banks, the bank runs that happened recently with the high inflation. And by the way, the Fed Reserve, Jerome Powell, raised interest rates again today, hence which drives inflation / higher prices. What does all of that mean? And I've been pretty consistent about this. I said this is pretty much the collapse of the financial system that we know today using paper money. Okay. And I also said this would be worldwide, and what would be taking place of paper money would be digital currency. Okay. All right. So just want you to take note. Like I told you, digital currency is not going anywhere. I also told you that the Fed Reserve already has a central digital currency. I think it's called CDBC, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's already in place. They've already been testing it. A lot. So let's be clear, because I know there's a lot of confusion going around when you talk about digital currency. Everybody automatically thinks about Bitcoin and Ethereum and, think that that's all to digital currency. No, I want you to start looking at this in the terms of the dollar and then investments. So the dollar would be replaced with a central bank digital currency. All right. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other what they're calling stable coins will still just be investments. All right. So I do want us to know the difference between the two. But nonetheless, both will represent the new financial system. Okay. So Forbes came out with this article yesterday. I can't make this up. All right. So to me, I just find it interesting that all of this information is coming out around the spring equinox. To me, that's not accidental. But let's move forward with the article. 14 trillion earthquake. Fidelity and BlackRock. All right, shout out to Nisi Poo. Her and I with this BlackRock, we've been talking about this BlackRock for years, for real, okay? You may want to go look up BlackRock. I can't remember on one of the podcasts if I did a drop on BlackRock. I can't remember. Very, very interesting company. Huge. Absolutely huge. And they are a big player in the financial game. And everybody should know Fidelity. So in other words, these are two big names. So if digital currency wasn't going anywhere, why would these two big companies be involved? But let's go ahead. 14 trillion earthquake. Fidelity and BlackRock are quietly laying the groundwork for the next Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto price bull run. Okay. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major cryptocurrencies are currently trading far below their all-time highs, though one influential investor who saw the pandemic coming thinks that could be about to change. The Bitcoin price has added around 70% since the beginning of the year as traders brace for a potential Federal Reserve U-turn, helping the Ethereum price rally amid the brutal crypto winter that erased almost $2 trillion of value from the market. Two of the world's largest financial institutions with a combined $14 trillion in assets under management, Fidelity and BlackRock, are quietly expanding into the world of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency. Okay, so I just wanted to give you all this update to just let you know again that the prediction of the dollar being replaced, cryptocurrency is here to stay. I made the prediction that in 2023, you're going to see them start implementing it, okay? Because 2022, they were testing it, right? So I did want to give this quick update to the fam. I'll just keep you all updated. This information is coming out pretty rapidly. The only other thing I wanted to say, anybody that wants to dip and dab in the cryptocurrency space, it is extremely volatile. Now, this is Rhonda's personal opinion, okay? Just my personal opinion. I feel that the crypto space, especially with Bitcoin, remember when Bitcoin was, for those of you that follow the space, was up for one coin, it was like 65,000 to 70,000. Just very insane. Okay, so the price in Ethereum, I forgot what it got up to. It may have been like 3,000. Don't quote me on that. It could have been higher than that. Don't quote me on the Ethereum. high price. I feel it was a form of crypto market manipulation. So purposely driving the prices up. So those that got in early, got into Bitcoin early, okay, because just a couple years ago, when there was a Bitcoin quote, quote, crash, it had went down to like 3,000 and, folks got in, bought it up. The right folks, quote, quote, got in, bought up at a pretty good price. And then the craze started going on with Bitcoin and drove it all the way up to 60, 70,000. And I personally saw a lot of just the public, the general population, buying Bitcoin at that price. Okay. And I'm like, oh boy. They're wheeling in the suckers right now, and they're going to get it up to a certain price. And then those same investors that got in early, and those particular investors that I'm talking about, they buy stuff by the millions. Okay, so not talking about like me. All right, not talking about me and my $2.25 trying to buy a fraction of Bitcoin. We're talking big investment firms and hedge funds that can come in and buy things on a low when stuff is low. When stuff is low, by the millions of dollars. So that means when the price is driven up, their return on that original investment is quite hefty. While the regular folk think that they are going to get a cash out on that investment, but they're buying it at the inflated higher rate. So coming in at the $60,000 and $70,000 mark, and I'm talking Bitcoin, but that was all across the crypto market. Okay, so as I talked yesterday in the update, this is why you follow patterns, okay? Because in those patterns, you can see the behavior and then you can predict the future, all right? So those that follow patterns knew not to buy all of these digital assets at those insane prices. So to me, the crypto market, just like the stock market, let's be clear, there are certain players that can run these assets up. And then when it's time to sell, they sell at the high and make profits. Okay. So what does that mean to you? Number one, if you are doing any type of investments, that's whether it's digital currency or regular investments, stocks and bonds, you have to understand what your risks are from a profit and loss perspective. And then you also need to understand when you should be selling an asset, when you should be buying an asset. The general rule is you never, ever, 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 ever buy something that is, they're saying is hot and at a high price. Because more than likely, you will lose your shirt on that deal. Okay? When there's blood in the street, as they say, that's a Wall Street term. When there's blood on the street, so meaning there's a bear market, people are selling, they're panicking, they're selling, and those assets are dropping and dropping. Okay? That's when you're supposed to buy. So buy low, sell high, okay? So now that's not any financial advice. I'm far from a financial guru. I'm just putting it out there, all right? Be careful if you are taking advice online from folk that are supposedly and allegedly gurus, especially in this crypto market. I have literally seen people lose their shirt, okay, putting in money that they didn't have, expecting to become millionaires overnight. Literally, I've heard stories of people digging in retirement accounts, using money that they really didn't have to make these investments on the high, and they lost their shirts, okay? So be careful, fam, okay? And that goes not only for cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is a very volatile market. Bitcoin's value, I think, dropped, I know at one time it dropped, one of the crashes, 70% value. So if you bought something at a high and it drops to a 70% value, more than likely you will never make back up your money that you initially invested, okay? Right? Same thing happened on the regular market side with the Tesla stock. Okay, everybody pumped that puppy up. Okay, and Elon Musk is guilty also of pumping up cryptocurrency coins. And then the coin gets hot, gets ran up only to crash. Okay, he's guilty of that. And I called him on market manipulation via cryptocurrency, but also the Tesla stock was way overvalued at that high. Okay. And, and I only know that because I follow other financial gurus. I read additional research. So it had been in those particular circles that the Tesla stock was way overvalued and it wasn't a good buy. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there for the fam. Just be careful with your hard-earned, quote, money, because that's your labor, right? That's your energy. Okay. And then also just to give you an update that this is huge for Fidelity and BlackRock. Quietly. Okay. Remember, we talked about that yesterday, that they're not publicly on mainstream media telling you what is actually going on. So I found that interesting that even Forbes said they're quietly laying the work for the next Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto price bull run. All right. So which means Fidelity and BlackRock are about to buy up, if they haven't already, buy up these coins. All right. And then I also just want to clarify, when I talk about digital assets, do not automatically assume that I'm talking about Bitcoin and that crew. Bitcoin, Ethereum, stable coins, and the alternative coin market. Okay. When I talk about switching financial systems from the dollar to crypto, I am strictly talking about the Federal Reserve System issuing their federal central bank digital currency, CBDC, as a replacement for the dollar. All right. So I did want to make that clarification. I hope everyone's doing well today. This is Rhonda with WTUZ Radio Podcast. Peace and love, family.